regards to this particular production, and I think they've done an excellent job. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our last performance. The set will be torn down after this today because we're getting ready for the next play. But in the meantime, this entire casting crew has put very hard work into this. Please sit back and relax and enjoy the front.
The Empire's Last Gasp.
Come on, my dainties. Let us take in those spots that history has made great. Ren City's churches. Bloody, big, beautiful, Baroque.
Charles!
I'm sorry, my dear. The city moves me.
I'm hot.
I'm bored. We've looked at everything.
Look again. London Bridge. The tower. Strong shadow out across the water. Westminster. The cathedral. Stone walls and steeple bursting upwards. Up to heaven.
It's lovely.
Years in the making, my dainties. Whole families in the trade. Fathers passing down the knowledge to their sons, then to theirs. Owen, the men who toiled to raise those flying buttresses.
Thank you, Frank.
For what?
For this. I love it here. The sun, the sea.
Well, don't thank me. Thank Hitler.
Thank you, Adolf.
Ah! Don't throw sand at your sister.
South End with the wife and the kids. It's a bleeding miracle. We haven't been on holiday in 4 years, Jew. You haven't had a new dress in 5. As long as I worry about old Adolf, I've got a job. Here's looking at you, Adolf. I'll have you a new dress in no time, Jew.
I don't want a new dress.
Well, you're having one. No arguments. If anything good comes from this war, it'll be a new wardrobe for you.
I just want this. This.
Gather round, children. Your father has wisdom to impart.
I wish we had some ice cream.
Pay attention, Owen. Daddy's speaking.
London, do you see how it shines?
Like money?
Long ago, it was thought. Giants roamed these parts.
Don't frighten the children, Charles.
Big bones unearthed.
Giants.
Daddy's only playing games, Nellie.
Am I? Thigh bones 5 times the size of any human living. Think of that, lad.
Giants.
Years back, in this city. And I say, who else could have built this up? I mean, look at it. Look. St. Bartholomew's the Great. St. Paul's, triumphant, rising up to greet the gods. The Thames, rained in, pouring life into the city. Commerce, profits, the palace, all in white. There's wonder, there's might. Oh lad, I know this city, and it knows me. Up from the banks and shoals of gravel it came, deposits on a riverbed, then reared up, year after year. The fortress, the stronghold, hub of the empire. We were giants once, and it only stands to reason that we'd inherit the earth. And so we did. Once there was so much. But the times are changing.
I'm sweaty.
You're English, boy. You no need to sweat.
It is frightfully warm, Charles.
Warm? I've known heat down in the thick of it. Your brother and I fending out those savages at the plantation. Frightfully warm? Try India in full regimental attire. Never a cuff rolled up. Never a button undone. But we never complained. No. Why?
Because you were English.
And you had to fight, bloody well fight for what you deserve. The summer cottage at Bath, Stead Hall, the driver, the right to eat, speak, and be free. England's the heart of it all. You must know it and love it, my dainties. All of its mysteries, all of its histories, and all of its private moments.
Charles!
I defended the crown.
I'd defend the crown. I'd have a gun with a knife. They'd never see me coming.
That's the spirit, son. Do or die.
Christ! Not a moment's peace, eh? Do you bloody well mind? I'm on holiday, you know? First holiday we've had for 4 bloody years. If Parliament's been lounging around, why can't we?
What are they firing at?
Imaginary foes. They're just practicing, blasting across the estuary, setting good people's nerves on end. Give it a rest, will you?
Be quiet, Frank. You're almost making as much noise as the Navy.
It's a bloody nuisance. I'm not at that bleeding factory at 4 o'clock every morning, sweating the best years of my life away, just to have my nice holiday afternoon with the wife and kiddies spoiled by the bang, bang, bang of the bloody Royal Navy.
Dad, look what you've done!
Frank.
Sorry, Angie. I wasn't thinking.
Your big feet are all over the place, Dad.
Come and sit down, Frank, before you hurt yourself.
Angie.
Go away so I can clean up your mess.
I said I was sorry.
Let's just enjoy the sunshine while it lasts.
Left to right, left. Mommy's little soldier. He looks silly.
Shut up or I'll kill you.
Nellie, be quiet. Your brother looks very brave. He's not doing it right.
Now, Owen, straighten that back. An Englishman never slouches. That's how you distinguish the enemy. No backbone.
Charles.
Oh, believe me, I've seen some savages in my time, and all of them had sloppy posture. You should have seen the Huns at the last big one. All crooked and bent, looking like old women, they did. About face. What's your name, soldier?
Private First Class Owen Cannon III, sir.
No, nothing lower than a brigadier in this family, lad. No sense in getting too mucked up in the fray.
But I want to fight. I want to see the whites of their eyeballs.
You can't even see the blackboard at school. Nellie, be quiet. Your brother's going to grow up and make his father very proud.
I dare say this is the last chance that I'll have to fight a war. For England is forever strong. We are good, just. We have no enemies in the world. And the Lord God is on our side.
Is God English?
No, my dainty, but he'd sure like to be. No, lad, regrettably, there's no fighting left for you to do.
Regrettably?
Wartime escapades, the compatriot spirit, once and for all for England. That type of thing. It builds character.
Well, I guess we'll just have to find something else for him to do.
There you are then. Come on, children, to the rolls. Stendhal's coming around the bend.
Can you hear that noise, Daddy? What, dear? Out there.
Let's not keep the driver waiting.
I can hear it because I'm a soldier and I'm ready for anything. Look at me.
Splendid. I feel very safe with you about. To the rolls.
I've got a tinkle.
What?
She's got to go.
I know what it is. Can't she hold it?
It hurts.
She's going a different color.
She's going to wet herself.
Now that's not very dignified. I march through the column, my blood, full to bursting, but never would I piss up a rubber tree with the regiment watching.
There's no regiment watching. Let her go in the river.
I will not have my daughter pissing in the Thames.
She's just a little girl.
Putrefy the waters of England's blessed artery. I'll not hear of it.
She's in agony.
Hold your breath, Nellie.
Look what I found. She can piss in this.
Language.
Thank God there's a man in charge. Owen, take your sister behind a shrub or something.
One last gasp, Nellie.
Frank.
Right. That's it, you buggers. 2 can play at that game. Come on, Tom. Lend me a hand. The flattest pebbles you can find.
Oh, look what he did.
Tom, clumsy.
It's ruined.
Watch where you're throwing stones. People might be swimming out there.
Swim at your own risk. There's a sign right there.
Frank.
It's no use. It was a beautiful sandcastle, and now it's a huge heap with a boy's handprint in the middle of it. Sorry, love.
All right, Tom. Let's give him hell. Bombs away! Look at him skip, lad. Here's the secret. The flatter the rock, the more it'll skip. And it's all in the wrist. Watch. The bouncing bomb! Have a go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad. Have another go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7!
Now you've got the knack. Now that's a secret, eh? The wrist. My dad taught me and I taught you. Now you can't go sharing that around at school, you hear? You know what it says on those posters all over London? Loose lips, sink ships. Come on, let's try pretend.
One night, as we lay in our beds in Africa, we heard the horses stir, footsteps outside the tent in the wet mud. Frozen with fear, we took up our arms, and we were almost piecing our breeches.
Almost!
But ready to fight, nonetheless. Ready to fight, no matter the cost, without question.
Can you hear that? It's getting closer now.
They've stopped.
Maybe they ran out of imaginary enemies.
No, they haven't. I can still hear them.
What, Auntie?
Me too.
What?
Listen.
I can't hear a thing.
No. It's gone. But they're still out there.
I am speaking to you in the cabinet room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock, that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us.
Dear Sir or Madame, in the event of an emergency, arrangements have been made for the evacuation of all school children from the London area to safe places in the country. It is our hope that your child/children will participate in this program. Upon the receipt of further instructions from your city council, they should report to their school bringing with them a hat, raincoat, haversack containing night clothes, towel, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, and they should wear a string with a card attached around their neck, giving in legible block capitals their full name, age, school, home address, and next of kin. You're not having them. You're not taking my children.
First day of the Blitz, September 7th, 1940.
Bloody hell's bells. You're blinking, it's over. I just went around the pub to fetch me a bottle of best bitter, and when I come back, she were as flat as a pancake. Right here. This is where she used to stand. Lovely little 127. Right here, where it's all ashes and smoke and everything's gray. My husband, he was just making me a cup of tea. He said, I'd love a sip of beer with these sausages we got special. Famous last words, eh?
Here, have a cup of tea.
Thanks, love. Look, here's a 1, there's a 2, and here's part of a 7. There's the garden gate going that way. And there's me post box up in that tree. There's my front window. And look, here's me having a cup of tea in my favorite chair. Well, all that's left of it. My husband, he was flung this way after the blast. Oh my God, he's up in that tree. He's right there. His legs, they're all burned. If it weren't for his shoes, I wouldn't have known my own husband. They were my shoes. We had the same size feet. Mine, they were big for a woman's, and his they were small for a man's. We shared shoes. Isn't that a laugh? We had 3 pairs between the two of us. One for working, one for smarting, one just in case. I'd have gone barefoot to keep my mister.
Right, Mrs. Mann, you'll have to shift this out of here. It's blocking your post and it's hardly regulation.
It's my favorite chair.
It'll have to go.
Leave over. She's just lost her husband.
House it? Oh dear. Salvage anything. Did you fill out the forms? There's 3 copies. Yellow for me, blue to the home office, and white.
Customer's copy.
Thank you, Mrs. Gently. Stand up, Mrs. Mann. You hurt at all. Take any shrapnel, did you?
No, I was over at the pub.
Drinking on duty?
On my tea break.
There shall have to be an inquiry.
She's just lost her life.
Many people have lost their spouses. It's a fact of war.
Life!
Yes, well, it's not very nice, is it? But we've all got a job to do. I've got a job to do. You can keep the chair for now, but eventually you'll have to clear the pavement. Regulations. Quiet, please. I have an announcement. Air Raid Precautions ARP Subcommittee of the Committee of Imperial Defense, Subcommittee of the Home Office. First, in the event of an air raid, the long wailing alert will be sounded. At which time it is highly recommended the performance be brought to a halt at an appropriate point in the action, and the patrons ushered out of the theater to the nearest shelter. Many of you may choose to ignore the recommendations from the Home Office and remain seated. For those of you who wish to live, please seek the nearest way out. I'm told by management that regardless of interruptions from Hitler's hordes, the actors are insisting they get paid. And so we're unable to refund your money. Sorry. Second, we are looking for volunteers. We are in need of wardens for all areas, especially in and around Bethnal Green, Twickenham, King's Cross, Telegraph Road, Chiswick, and Spitalfield. Duties include ensuring the blackout is an effective form of civil defense. For those who refuse to comply with this ordinance, must fill out Form BS422/6 in triplicate, yellow, blue, and white copies to me, ARP Controller, Mrs. J.C. Smuts, the Home Office, and the offender respectively. Look here, I know the blackout has proved a bother to many of your nocturnal habits and seems to be causing an increase in traffic incidents. But just think of what the lads up at the front are putting up with by comparison. Drawing the shades is the least you can do for the war effort. Warden shall also be responsible for ushering the crowds to and fro when the alert is sounded. There are shelters, both public and private, and not only is it your job to get them there, but keep them there until the all clear. It is also crucial that you provide those in your shelters with the stabilizing influence of authority. For down in those dark, cavernous bowels, such a clot of plebeians in such tight quarters, especially those cockneys, could lead to become a foul stew of panic, political unrest, and other unsavory acts. For anyone feeling moved by a sense of duty, you may contact me, J.C. Smuts, through the Home Office. If you have any further questions regarding proper air raid procedure, please consult the little pamphlets we have circulated, complete with step-by-step instructions for making the most of your air raid experience. And 1 or 2 little Hitler jokes me and some of the lads down at the Home Office came up with. Some of them are quite good, I think. The alert, the long wailing cry, the all-clear warbles, remember, in a raid, if you must lose your head, just remember the things I've said. You'll know what to do. There will only be 2 kinds of people, the quick and the dead. Thank you.
The women say goodbye.
This is our Alistair! Say hello, Alistair! He's a bit shy, takes after his dad, doesn't he?
Yes, dear.
Doesn't he look smart in his uniform? He looks inches taller, doesn't he? Doesn't he? Doesn't he, Bill?
Yes, dear.
Don't you love?
Yes, Mom.
Yes, you do indeed. He's having his picture taken for the newspaper. He's become quite a celebrity, our Alistair, haven't you, dear?
Yes, Mom.
And it's all because of his cricket. He's the highest scorer on the team. He's been named captain, and they haven't lost a match all year, have you, love?
No, Mom.
There was a lad from Wales who went to our school when I was a girl. He held the record for most runs for years until our Alistair came along, and we are so proud of him, aren't we, dear?
We're so proud.
He's a lovely lad, and he gets good marks in school, and he wants to become a master fitter just like his father, and we are so proud! Oh, right! Come along, Alistair! Strike a pose for the nice woman!
Take on, lad.
Say cheese.
Cheese!
Right then, Sonny, what was your name again?
Alistair Briggs with 2 G's. Make sure you spell it right. He's very sensitive about his name. People sometimes forget it. He's a lovely cricket player. You should come and watch him play sometime. You could take some more pictures if you'd like. You could sit with us. We've got a lovely spot in the school pavilion every Saturday. Would you like to?
I'm very busy, missus. There's a lot of lads who are leaving today, and I'm trying to get around to all of them.
Isn't this because of his cricket you want his picture?
Not really. It's him shipping out, you see.
You are from the paper, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
I think you're mistaken.
No, I'm supposed to be covering the lads who are leaving today. You know, at the station, mothers waving bye to their sons, farewell kisses, last minute weddings, that sort of thing. Nobody wants to read about sports. There's a war on, missus. But it is a nice touch, though. For the story, cricket star ships out. Kenny stuff as many jerrys as he can runs for the home team. Hey, that might sell a few copies. Thanks for the scoop.
But he's not like the rest of them! He's not just a soldier, he's a famous cricket player! Well, you are! You should hear the crowd when he's at bat, they roar! Everyone's so proud!
I'm sure he's great. Mom, give over. My order said to be there by 10 sharp. I'm gonna be late.
Son! You forgot this.
I can't carry a cricket bat all over Europe, Dad.
All right. We'll keep it in your room.
Why don't you give it away? There's a lot of young lads that can use a good bat.
No! No one is touching this bat!
I gotta go. Bye, Dad. Bye, Mom.
For starters, I don't want one of those trippy goodbyes you see in the pictures. Every week there's women crying on men's shoulders, and I told myself I wouldn't do that. I won't cry, I won't. I want a nice kiss and a wave just before you turn the corner. That's all, a nice kiss. Doesn't have to be too passionate either, because I'm not sure that's what we both need before we have to say goodbye. And I don't want any wartime promises either. I don't want promises just because there's a war on. And I don't want you to write letters, because if you write letters, I'll read them all the time, and I won't get any work done. And the house will fall to bits, and the family will fall to bits, and I won't do anything but read your letters and wait for the next letter and the next letter, and it just might not come.
I promise.
I don't want that.
What are you doing, Jill?
What's it look like? I'm pressing your shirts.
You don't have to do that.
Yes, I do.
Wait.
It'll not take long.
I've got a long train ride. They'll just get wrinkled, stuffed in a bag for hours. Come on, Bob. Be with me. Let's have a little farewell dance.
I've got these shirts to do.
You smell good.
Fred, give over.
When we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
Stop trying to make me forget.
Forget what?
You know what? This, everything. Soon you'll be out that door.
Come on, Judy, cheek to cheek.
Can't you see I've got work to do, Frank? Your bloody shirts!
Don't bother with them!
I am not sending you off to work with wrinkled shirts, Frank. I want you to look smart. Don't want anyone thinking you're not looked after.
Got all your little
little treasures now, do you? Little photo of your old man. Little watch with a smashed in face. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. You always believed that ridiculous story I told you, didn't you, Brian?
It wasn't ridiculous.
See this watch, lad. Pried it from the hand of a dead German in the First War. Stuck it in the old bayonet 1, 2, 3, and his eyes rolled back. Looked so surprised, like he would have done the same given the chance. Knee deep in the mud, buggers wait on me, and I hear this tick-tick. Under the artillery fire and yells and screams for help, I hear this tick-tick. There it was in his dirty palm. Gold.
Wasn't the story he did that?
He did lots of things. Still, you could tell a good story, eh? Weave a magical tale. Made you want to believe anything that came out of his mouth.
Dad never thought he was a hero.
You call that heroic? Stealing gold from the dead.
He was entitled. It was a souvenir.
Pried it from the hand before it was even cold.
He was a good man.
He was a lying drunk.
Fought for England, did what had to be done.
Yeah, that was his problem. Always trying to conquer and defeat. The Germans, his own wife in bed, his fear, his everything.
Mom, I signed up. I'm going. You can't stop me.
Yes, I can.
What will you do?
I'll forget about you, that's what. Forget your name, your face, forget you were ever mine! His! Bloody hell, Brian. Can you just stop being like him?
I'll be off.
Wait! Where will you? For now, at least.
It's secret.
I know you can't tell.
It's secret, so the enemy doesn't.
Find out where my boy is.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Mann. I've heard about your husband. I'm so very sorry.
I think he went quick.
Well, that's the best way, isn't it?
I suppose so.
I've knit you a scarf, love, to keep you warm around the ears.
That's very kind of you.
Well, I just keep knitting, don't I? I've got 3 boys at the front. Now and then I get a letter. They always say how cold it is, so I'm knitting. The color suits you too. Matches your outfit. Very smart. It's hard to let people go, isn't it? I've never been good at goodbyes.
There. The last one.
He's not coming back, is he?
Judith, I'm coming back. I am. That's not a promise. It's a fact. It's something I can feel. I've felt it forever. Since I was a kid, before then. It's a picture of myself coming through the other end of something. I'm not sure what, but I know it means I'll always be safe. I don't know. It's laughable, I know. But I feel I've been set aside for other things.
For me?
Yes, and
For the children?
yes. You see, I can't die.
Lots will.
Yes, that's war. But even if we land on a beach with 300 of us and 3,000 of them, even if I parachute in Berlin into the back of his Daimler beside Hitler himself, even if I'm captured and they do dreadful things,
Frank.
I've got that picture of me, Frank Chetman, coming through the other end, not a scratch on me. What?
Promise me.
I didn't think you wanted promises.
Frank, promise me.
No. I'll prove it. I won't even say goodbye. That's how sure I am.
Mom, say goodbye.
Track 15,
Please.
moving now for the front.
Brian! Upstairs. I've got a little cigar box tucked in the top drawer of my dresser. There's a picture on the lid. Your dad in his uniform, looking smart and young. And inside there's a ribbon with a silver button on it. The medal he got for killing so well. And a letter. It says how regretful they were when they said he died somewhere. Not quite sure where. In the service of his country. And that's all I've got. So don't tell me to just say goodbye, because it's more than that. It's everything. Good, bad, gone in a blink. I will not say goodbye that easy again.
Frank?
Yeah.
Take care of moments, sis. You're gonna need a man about. And you, stay away from here. Look at that. Ever see anything like that? All these women. Look at how they're
And do you know where you're off to?
Yeah. To win the war!
Give him hell, lad! Right, Sylvia, bugger. I want something nice, something foreign. Don't do anything silly. Hurry home.
I love you.
I love you. I love you. The one for me, Mom. I want lots of love letters with lots of I love yous.
You just keep your hands off them German girls. I'll not take a traitor back to my bed.
I love you. I hate this. Goodbye. Bye, love. Don't catch a cold. I'll knit you something. A scarf.
I want a postcard from everywhere you stop.
I want a picture of you in your uniform, Ducky.
Look at them.
They look so lovely. He's a beautiful cricket player, the finest they've ever had. I'll miss him. They're all gone. The first time up to bat, dressed all in white, so white. It hurt your eyes to look at him, but you couldn't help it. He made you want to watch him. He looked brand new. I swear, my boy Shine.
In English education.
Quiet, please. I have another announcement. Air raid precautions ARP subcommittee of the Committee of Imperial Defense subcommittee of the Home Office. With the increase in frequency and severity of blitzes, all those parents with children still in the London area, and all those who wisely sent them away last September but foolishly brought them back, are urged to evacuate their little ones without further delay. Parents should contact their nearest town hall or Advice Citizens Bureau for further assistance. Don't delay. It's not always your neighbor's house that gets hit. You could be next. Don't be silly, Mrs. Mummy. Get your kitty to the country. Bring him down to Elm Road Station for a safe evacuation. Thank you. Oh, and if your kitties are still at home, they still have to go to school. The Board of Education will not tolerate truancy, even in times of adversity. We don't want them turning into little monsters just because there's a war going on.
You have valuable little minds, easily corrupted with rubbish. And it is my God-given duty to monitor what goes in this ear and out the other, in the hopes that you are fed the right rubbish and not the wrong rubbish. There is a difference, children. The right rubbish is what we should all believe, even if it isn't really true. It is the quickest way to power and the shortest path to heaven. The wrong rubbish is the truth you may feel and hear, although perhaps best if kept to yourself. It causes less social friction. The right rubbish stays in and ferments, growing stronger with each day, until soon you can no longer tell the difference, and do not want to, and have no need to. The wrong rubbish passes through the system like a bad wind. The wrong rubbish is also filthy habits like that. Clappot, stand up. Wilson, stop picking your nose. No doubt your father's been feeding you the wrong rubbish. I've seen him at Vespers. Filthy habit, young lady. Stand up. Now, I was hoping your mothers would have the foresight to ship you off to your aunties and uncles in the countryside. But I see they have not heeded the warnings of our home office. In one ear, out the other. In one ear, out the other. In here, out here. Now, let's see if we've learned the difference between the right rubbish and the wrong rubbish. Why are we at war?
In the hope that good shall triumph over evil.
And is that the right rubbish or the wrong rubbish?
The right rubbish.
Good. Why are we fighting the Germans? Because the Germans are all bad. And is that the right rubbish or the wrong rubbish?
Right.
Good. Good.
Now, what must each and every little girl and boy be prepared to do?
To die for this great land.
Right or wrong?
Right.
Good.
Now, however, I must offer points of clarification. While it is a great honor for boys and girls alike to die for this great country, it is a time-honored British tradition that only the young men are able to die for this great land. Little girls just aren't quite up for the challenge. However, the sentiments are still valid.
I want to die for this great land.
Well, England would be pleased to have you if that is indeed your wish. However, we do insist that you remain on the home front until the boys return.
What if they don't return?
England is still going to need nice little girls to grow up into nice young women and have nice little English babies, preferably nice little English boy babies, to grow up and fight in their nice English countryside.
To get killed in the nice little English wars.
I see someone's been feeding you the wrong rubbish, haven't they, Miss Blumhot? Now, the most important question of all. Do we love our country?
We love our country, yes.
How much do we love our country?
Fiercely shall we love, and fiercely defend, and gladly give our lives for this thy sweet land.
And is that the right rubbish or the wrong rubbish? I'm glad to see there's nothing finer in this world than an English education. Children, let's give Miss Blumhot a little support. In one ear, out the other. Walk, do not run. Walk, do not run.
Bits and pieces.
I can still see the marks. They're all red. I hate her. She looks like Hitler, doesn't she? Archie's always saying things and he never gets caned. My mom thinks she's Hitler. She says she was parachuted months before the war began to brainwash us. And that's how the Germans will win the war. By making the children like them. They've all got sweets and chocolates in their rucksacks, and they go into the villages and give the sweets to the children and kill the adults and take the children with them and make them believe it's not really true.
That's the Americans.
What? The Americans are on our side.
Then why aren't they helping us get the Germans?
Because they know their priorities. That's what my mom says.
Look at this. Part of a plane. I bet the Stuka. They go like this.
Well, I'm going to pass a note round saying Mrs. Kahn's Hitler in disguise. And we shouldn't listen to what she tells us. And we should wear our gas masks, just in case if she tries to gas us to death.
Oh, guess what I'm gonna be when I grow up?
I'm going to be a dancer or a lifeguard at the seaside. They just have to sit and blow a whistle.
Well, I'm gonna be an RAF pilot, and I'll fly a fast one. But not a Stuka. A Spitfire. With little swastikas painted on it every time I shoot one down.
Well, you can tell the boys to get out if they're splashing about. You just blow the whistle and say, "Oh, boys, out!" And they have to do it, or else they're in trouble.
It's easy. All you do is wear goggles. No one even sees your eyes. And you press the red button. They even tell you where to bomb.
Oh, or I might be a dancer. But I don't know. Maybe I will.
If you hear me, look up and wave and I won't bomb you.
Look, I'm waving. You can't bomb me. Right, you? Oh, boys, out. Get out of the water or you're in trouble.
Look, Myra.
What is it?
My body.
Liar, where?
It is.
Smells.
Pinch your nose like this, as they say. Go on, touch it.
I won't. You touch it.
Old. Where's your shoes?
Someone took them. She doesn't need them. Why do flies like dead things?
They eat that.
You. Look at all that. That's blood. It's
It's going black.
I'll bet you got it from the little pieces flying off the bomb.
Look at her lips.
Blue.
I'll be late for tea.
Oh my goodness, look what I found.
Shall I keep it?
No, leave it. It's hers.
She doesn't need it. But hey, wake up, you! Can I have this doll? Oh, isn't she pretty? Can
Give
I?
it to me.
No.
Don't kick her.
It's just a stupid dead body. What will it do? Sit up and fight? I've seen lots of these things. I saw 2 after school last week, you know. I got things from them. A pencil case, a comic strip.
Can I have a doll?
Your boy.
Please.
Can he have your dolly, little girl?
Don't.
Shit! It made a mess of my boot! Be a clean little dolly. Wake up!
I hate you.
Now the doll's dead, too.
I hate you. I hope you die.
Well, you know what? You're a boy. And you play with dolls now. And that's for girls. You can fly a plane now. You're a stupid girl. Na-na-na, boo-boo.
Here, look. Bit of red, bit of blue, and here's one with a lovely little flower on the saucer. You can find all sorts. Thank heaven I've not been hit yet. But crikey, I've had the house shaking so much, I've had all my fine china smashed to bits. I can't drink tea out of a thick mug. It feels so barbaric somehow. I feel like a savage or something. I've been plotting about out here for weeks now. I've almost been able to put a whole service back together, piece by piece. Look what I've got today. Here's 3 saucers from back behind the Surrey docks. Look at that lovely little pattern. Lovely, isn't it? And all of them matching too. That's lucky, eh? 1, 2, 3. And here's a teacup that's almost the same color. That'd be dear in the shops, but I just found it under a doorstep over there that was smashed down. The whole house was flat as a pancake. And then, poking out the bottom of the doorstep, was this teacup. Looks more like the whole street went up bang. Then, someone came along, had a cup of tea, and just left it there in all the bricks and rubble. I haven't found a teapot yet, though. That's my dream. I'd like a Haddon Hall, but I know that's asking for a bit much. I'll potter over to the posh parts of town in hopes of finding my little treasure. But they don't seem to be getting hit as much as we do. Perhaps it's just my imagination, though. Right, I can't dither about here talking to you. I've got 2 plates yet to get before tea time. I want to have some friends around and I'm short a few pieces. First noise. Up in the sky, something screaming! Falling down. A flash of white, then nothing. Falling down. A flash of white burst of air, then nothing. Heat, ash, bits and pieces floating down. That light, shh. Then nothing.
A sacrifice for the war effort.
Right, ladies, Lady Fortune has smiled upon you. Being British and fiercely proud of it, it is my honor and duty to produce for the war effort. And you have been selected as an essential component in winning the war against the dark forces of evil. Hey, when do we get paid? All in good time, ladies, all in good time.
I'm not slapping together nothing until I see a payment schedule.
Same here.
Make your own bloody box.
I thought this was a simple factory job. There are so many little bits here. You didn't say anything about bombs. How does it all go?
They'll have to show us a crash course, pardon the expression.
Joan!
Look, it's supposed to pay decent.
I won't make a bomb.
What's our wages, missus? A 12-shilling-a-week bonus is awarded to the employee who demonstrates the most efficiency.
Bloody hell!
No!
I won't make bombs. Come off with you for that sort of money. I won't just make them. I'll drop them too.
You've lost a husband.
Assad is what he was.
What about your son?
What about me? I've got to eat.
I'm leaving.
Judy!
Here, Judy.
Is there a problem here, ladies?
No problem at all, Mrs. Cracker. Judy here's just dying to start work right away.
Well, I'll only keep you a moment longer. Then I'll turn you loose on your civic duty. I want you all to know how very lucky you are to have the opportunity of assisting our boys at the front. I know you're eager to get cracking, but I always like to give a little pep talk to the new workers. Creates the right mood on the factory floor. One of cooperation. One for all and all for one. It's good for business. I won't do it. I won't build bombs to kill people.
If you won't, someone else will. You think Frau Messerschmitt from Dusseldorf is having the same reservations as you? Not bloody likely.
There are no other jobs. This is all there is.
I can't. I'll have nightmares. The people we've killed.
We haven't killed anyone!
We'll have helped. That's war. All helping, working together to achieve a common goal.
I need the money. I want to get married.
I cannot build a bomb. You won't have to. You need only build part of a bomb. The fuse, the core. I don't care what you do, but keep your emotional hysterics out of my factory.
Don't cause trouble for the lot of us.
She'll come round.
I won't tolerate dissent in my factory. I have been blessed with a government contract. I was almost put out of business until Hitler came along. Now, profits are booming. Production is up 60%, and there's rumor of another contract in the works. I pride myself on efficiency and a superior product. It is that reputation that'll be putting food on your tables and presents under your tree this Christmas. And I won't have my little kingdom jeopardized by the sentimentality of a naive English housewife who thinks she's the only one who's made sacrifices. Is that clear? Judith Gently. What a funny little name. Mrs. Gently, I take the whole group or I take none of you at all. One for all and all for one. I'll leave you a few moments to reconsider.
Judy, I'm getting married in 2 weeks, and I want it done right, like with flowers and a cake. Don't screw it up for the rest of us.
Shut up, Sheila!
Well, I'll work. Your country thanks you.
Right, you put your hair safety first. Now this is precision work, ladies, so it will require your full attention. There'll be no nattering on the line. No talk of shopping, no talk of dancing, no talk of going to the pictures, no talk of kiddies, and no talk of your old man at the front defending your country. Because he's counting on each and every one of you to keep these little lovelies rolling off the assembly line. And especially, no talk of, and Mrs. Fracker is dead serious on this one, there will be no talk of sex on the shop floor. Your sole concern shall be reproduction.
I thought there was no sex talk allowed.
The reproduction of these Lancaster B-1000 pound shell casings and detonators.
Detonators.
Boom, boom, boom!
This is safe, isn't it? They're not going to go off, will they?
Well, they do. You won't know anything about it.
Bloody hell, I love a man in uniform!
Auntie, I don't want you out and about if there's a blitz. Can't you stay home just one night of the week?
Mom, I'm still young.
And I'd like to see you grow up.
Hey, watch what you're doing back there. It's getting all crooked.
I certainly hope nobody's going to be inspecting up there.
No, Mom.
Well, just be careful. You remember what your dad said about those lads. They'll lead you astray.
I won't go anywhere I don't want to be led.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
I'll pretend I didn't say it. You're 16, Mom.
Come on, other side. And what are you then? Canadian?
Nah, American.
Bloody hell! Bloody Yankees!
You want to go down under?
Let's. Goodbye, Mom.
Not too late.
Goodbye.
That little snot, just to look at her. She had the Canadians when they first came through, and now it's the Yankees. She'd hop between the sheets with the Desert Fox if she had the chance.
Bloody nerve!
Care to dance?
Sod off.
Care to dance?
You heard her. Sod off. Sorry, I'm getting married in a week. She's just a bit sorry.
Sorry.
No, it's.
I'm.
I'm.
Would you?
Let's.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to the attention of the Home Office and Mass Observation Board that a number of pubs, taverns, and dance halls have been remaining open during raids.
There's the Duke's Head in Putney. Ye old Cheshire cheese, which serves a lovely ploughman's lunch.
Man, I certainly hope you're not frequenting these hotbeds of civilian dissent.
No. That would be in strict violation of wartime policy.
This is in strict violation of wartime policy.
There's also the Blind Beggar and the dance hall, which is just a quick block around the corner from here. And it's my civic duty to dissuade you from patronizing at these fine establishments.
We have evidence to suggest that the majority of London's population are offenders, and we, at the Home Office, are not only concerned for the safety and well-being of the citizens of this great city, but it also makes our jobs all the more difficult. Each violation must be recorded and documented in triplicate. Man,
BS 422/6.
BS 333/7.
BS 333/7 in triplicate, blue, white, and yellow copy. Salmon! White and yellow copy. Salmon goes to ARP controller. That's her.
That's me, Mrs. J.C. Smuts.
Blue goes to the Home Office, and
White goes to the offender. If you have foolishly chosen to take your chances in the city, rather than weather the severity of the English countryside, please follow the proper procedures. Read the results of the survey.
Only about 4% of Londoners choose to use the tube shelters. The overwhelming majority choose to take their chances on the streets or in the houses under the trusty kitchen table.
Statistics also show that a majority of Londoners would rather be out dancing and drinking and carousing and going to the theater, having a jolly old time when they should be packing themselves into the tube shelters with the gas masks on, sitting quietly and in orderly fashion until it is safe to return to street level. I just cannot understand the civilian mind.
However, strangely enough, there have been fewer recorded alehouse casualties than the growing number of civilians killed in the tube shelters.
You're not supposed to read that part! Are you trying to create mass hysteria? You know very well statistics can be manipulated to prove or refute anything you bloody well like. I prefer next time, Mrs. Mann, if you keep the truth to yourself. Have a safe and pleasant evening.
Well, Ada, you may have succeeded in stretching our patience, but you got a greater battle ahead of you if you want to change our drinking habits. Cheers! I don't know why I come. I don't. All these men want summit from you. A lick, a stroke, a kiss. On the dance floor, there's hands all reaching, and you get so tired of smacking their hands away that you sometimes just let them have a quick feel. Christ, I hate it! I hate them! No, I don't. I love it. I can't help it. They look at me and say, I'll be gone tomorrow, off to some place I've never heard of. And I know almost every third one of them won't come back. Sometimes, when I've been with a lad, I'll go home and take down my dad's atlas of the world and try to find where they're stationed at. I can never find it. It's an old map. Dad says, it's a changing world! I don't know why I let them, but I do.
I'm
You don't
getting
have to
married
feel
in a
guilty
few
about
weeks.
it.
I couldn't
This
do
is
that
war,
to
Mom.
him. He'd look
We're
at my
fighting
picture
and
and
fighting
know I
all the
wasn't
time.
faithful.
We
It
don't
wouldn't
leave it
pull
out
him
there.
through. You
It
see,
never
he
stops.
needs to know I'm here
I've
and
had blood
here
all over
and
my
his.
hands.
He's
English
alone.
blood.
I'm sorry
German
if that's
blood.
selfish of
My
me.
own blood.
It would kill him
I
if
just
it
need a girl to
would.
remember.
He'd have nothing to
That's
come
what
home
we're
to.
fighting
You're
for,
so
darling.
sweet.
We're all making sacrifices.
How old are you?
I'm fighting, aren't I?
What does that mean?
I'm old enough. What do you care?
I care.
I'm not as old as your father.
My father's dead.
I'm 18.
You don't look it.
Look, I shaved, all right? Had a beard, didn't like it, shaved it off.
You can grow a beard.
I shaved it off. Didn't suit me.
I didn't know you could wear one in the army.
American Army's different.
What do you want? Do you know what you want?
I want to have sex with you.
What makes you so sure I want to? You're not English.
I'm not the enemy.
Perhaps I should save it for our boys.
Look, I'm shipping out in 7 hours, and they told me you.
I what? Who told you? What they tell you? I sleep with anyone in uniform?
They told me I wouldn't have any trouble with you. That you're really friendly. You know, really friendly. You like soldiers. You're, well, nice to us.
Am I? Yes, I am nice. To people who are nice back. I haven't had anyone be nice to me for ages.
It's getting late.
Clock running down, is it?
No, look.
You don't bring me flowers, something nice to eat?
I
haven't had chocolate in ages.
I've got a piece left. You can have it.
Did you get it special? For me?
No, it's just in our rations.
You get it special? For me?
Yeah. Special just for you, love.
That's so sweet. Let's have a bite. Come here. Come on, you're gonna have to get closer if you want to do it. Put it in my mouth. It's lovely. You're so nice to me.
I like you.
I know you do.
What are you laughing at?
You. You don't look like a soldier. You don't look dangerous enough.
Shut up.
Have you ever done it with a girl?
I'm 18.
Have you ever killed?
I told you, lady, I'm 18. I killed a freaking crowd. Came at him with a broken bottle. I grabbed it and stuck it in his neck. He was screaming. He wanted to hit me, but he died quick. I want to have sex with you.
Do you have any money?
I'm not paying for it.
Why not? I am.
You English, you're all sluts. I'm going.
Time's running out, soldier.
I am dangerous, you know.
You're a man, aren't you?
What's that supposed to mean?
Go off and fight your little war, man.
It's not my war. It's your war. So you should bloody well thank me. You should thank me. I'm not gonna pay just to sleep with you.
Why should I give it away for free?
Because we might get killed. You should be more than happy to have me. It's your...
My what? Civic duty?
That's not what I was gonna say.
You're not the only one making sacrifices, you know. This war spoiled everything for me too.
Here.
It's not much.
There.
It's still not much.
I gave you the please just take it. Look, I'm sorry. They're sending me off somewhere. Nobody's talking about it. It's real bad. I'm scared. I've never killed in my life. Back home, I'm learning to build things. Chairs, cabinets, tables. I'm a carpenter. I can't do this.
You told me you killed a German.
I just said that. I thought you'd wanted me more.
What's your name?
Harris.
Keep your money. My name's Vivian. I like Viv better. Let's go back there.
I am 18. I didn't lie about that.
Push out the creases. Squeeze each little crease out to the edges. The arms, the shoulders, the breast pocket. Down the front, round the buttons, round the cuffs. How long has he been gone? Months now. I can still smell him in this shirt. It's been washed dozens of times, then pressed dozens of times, then washed again, and there it is. Frank. He was the first person to ever call me Jew. My mom insisted on Judith, and I was Judy to my dad. But Frank, with his voice like dark brown velvet. Jew, he'd say, make us a cup of tea. Jew, the kids are carrying on upstairs. Jew, let's hold hands. Jew, what the bloody hell have you done now, Jew?
What are we doing out here?
Dancing.
But why out here? What if there's a raid?
What if there is?
It's not safe.
Where would you rather be, in or out?
Out? I suppose.
There you are then. A blitz.
You're daft.
No, it is really.
No, it's not. It's like great big bangs and then the house shakes until you wet yourself.
But that's because you're trapped inside. All you can do is sit there and pray. Oh, sweet Jesus, not us, not us. Let the Wanamakers down the street get it, but not us.
You're mad.
But when you're out in it, you're free.
Yeah, free to get blown to smithereens.
But at least you're taking charge somehow. You've got a choice in the matter. Not just sitting back and squeezing your hands together in prayer. What's that, eh? Blind bloody faith.
Well, what's it look like, man? What's so special about bombs and fire?
I don't know. It's like it moves in slow motion. It's all orange and red. White flashes that light the whole sky. The city just glows. And down falls all this white ash from the buildings. It's beautiful, Angie.
I don't know.
Look at that. I'll look after you, honey.
What is it?
For bravery.
Never.
Above and beyond the call of duty.
I'm dancing with a hero, then am I?
You are indeed. What?
Nothing. Come on.
Angie! Oh, Tom, what is it? I didn't know you were up. It's late.
I can't sleep.
Sit down, love. I'll get you something. Some more milk?
I'm hungry.
Piece of bread?
She's hungry too, Mom.
Oh, Tom, that's dirty. Where did you get that? The bomb site? Get that off of your lap, dear.
Look, she's waving at you.
What is it?
A girl.
A doll?
She's not a doll.
Tom, why do you want a doll? At least let me wash it. It's filthy.
No, you can't wash her. She'll drown.
It's just a dolly, love.
She's not. She's my friend. Can't you see? Can't you hear her voice? She's talking to me.
Can't we find you another friend? Something for a boy. A little toy soldier. Would you like that?
No, I hate them. Soldiers leave, and they don't say goodbye properly, and they don't ever come back. They don't write you any letters or send you any pictures. This one stays with me and talks to me. I hate my dad.
Tom!
My dearest Jew, I can see you there, on your hands and knees in our kitchen, reading the official letter notifying you of my death. But since we never got to say goodbye, not really, and that's my fault. I wanted to say this. I've never broken a single promise in my life. I am standing in a field somewhere in France. If I tell you where, you'll just black it out with ink. But I can describe it to you without any trouble. It is a very wide field of tall grass, not yet trodden down by tanks or infantry. The noise behind us is very loud. There is fighting in the distance. Clouds of smoke rise up behind us into thick gray walls you cannot hope to see through. But in front of us, the field stretches out as far as my eyes can see. And there is a hill rising up from the field. I can see myself and 2 other lads marching up. We've thrown down our guns and helmets, and we're coming out the other side. I think we found something, Jew. I think we have.
My name is Hilda Bullock, and I'm 19 years old. I was walking past the National Gallery on April 19th when it was hit by a bomb. Most of the pictures have been evacuated, but there must have been a few still left, because when the bomb hit, everything went black. Then a loud clap, like thunder. I looked up, and out of a cloud of blue smoke came all these ripped pieces of canvas, some catching fire from the blast. And they all floated down, all these beautiful pieces, famous pieces, pieces I've read about in books. It was like history suddenly ended, went blank, burnt whole.
My name is Rosemary Saunders. I'm with the Wrens and I'm 22 years old. I was in one of the East End shelters when the raid started on the 19th. It was so cramped in there, and people started to get a bit panicky. There was a couple of men in uniform, but of course they'd been drinking, and they didn't seem to be bothered by crowd control. Well, I was in my uniform, so I thought I should try and calm everyone down and, encourage them, the way it tells you in the handbook. It says, first assume a position of command. So I stood like this. And then it says, speak with assurance and authority. So I said, everybody, I'm with the Wrens and it's going to be all right. One of the drunk servicemen shouted to me, thank God there's a woman in charge. The handbook also says, never lose your sense of humor. So I shouted back, don't you just love a woman in uniform? But the response, no, I love a woman out of her uniform. The whole shelter filled with laughter and whistles. I felt this big.
My name is Eunice Fripper. I'm a flower vendor, and I am not going to tell you how old I am. I was on my way to Trafalgar Square on the 19th when the alert sounded. I wasn't going down in those shelters. They're death traps. I've watched them. The Home Guard, they go in with a wheelbarrow and they filled up with bones. They tell you it's safe. But I'd listened to Adolf Hitler before I'd listened to the government. I stayed up all night in Trafalgar and watched it unfold. It's not so bad if you can avoid the shrapnel and the bits of building that come down. Oh, and in the morning, you can always warm yourself up on the incendiary bomb. People cook the breakfast on them.
My name's Noreen Blackett. I've got 3 children, 7, 5, and 2. I sent them away to my cousin Dolly's when I dreamt about a school that got hit. It was a terrible dream. There was a raid in progress, and we were panicking because we didn't have anywhere to go. And there were hundreds of children we had to evacuate before it was too late. We were over by the Surrey docks, and we knew it was a prime target. So, one of the wardens marched them on to the schoolhouse, and ran to have a bus sent out so they could get the kids out. But the bus couldn't get through because the AFS had the roads blocked with fire engines. By the time it did get through, it was too late. 142 children were killed. They didn't have any trouble identifying the bodies. Around each of their necks was a string, their name written on a little white card. The next day, I sent mine off.
My name is Lionel Spender. From Aldgate. I'm 32. On the 19th, I had a lovely young girl beside me at the Empire Cinema on Leicester Square. We'd gone to see Gone with Wind, and I'm not sure if it was because she was with me or the film had gotten her very emotional or, you know, it was that time of the month, but she just started sobbing. Quieter at first, but then it started to build and build. Louder and louder until people started to turn and stare. My sleep was drenched. That's when we heard the sirens. Well, everyone else in the cinema seemed to hear it because a dozen or so got up and left, but not me, because of Marjorie. She deafened me in this ear. So we sat there as the word continued. You could hear the German bombers above, wave after wave, the sound of the anti-aircraft barrages, flak falling all around, the odd scream, scarlet and red up there doing their thing. Above it all, Marjorie, me, wet through. Would you look at that? It's literally shrunk.
My name is Val. I'm 10. We've got a code, my sister and I, in case we ever get separated in the raid and we just can't find each other. We just start singing, "It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to home," and that's how we find each other.
My name is Dennis Thomason. I drive a bus. I remember the 19th because it was my birthday. Some fellows at the depot brought some cake with 6 candles on top. It's all they could scrounge up, but they said they were special candles, dog candles. Each candle is equal to 7 years for a human. The controller came in and told me if the party was over, to get out to the Surrey docks as fast as I could. I thought it was a bit strange. We usually didn't like to drive about in the blackouts if we could avoid it. Because more bus drivers were getting hit by other bus drivers than we were by bombs and shrapnel. Without the headlamps on, it was bloody dangerous. But we had a phone call. All I knew was there were some children who needed to be moved.
My name is Anna. I'm the oldest, so I was told to take my brothers and sisters into school. We have been frightened all week, not because of the bombs and rockets, but because we're Jewish. My father sent a letter home to my mother. Most of it had been blacked out, but it said something about the Jews in Poland, and he also thought France, that something terrible was happening, but nobody wanted to talk about it, and we certainly didn't want to bring it up to our friends or at school. The government seemed to deny everything, which worried us. Mother said we were safe in England, but just last week they sent some men off to Brixton prison. The news also reported that they were blaming the war on the Jews and even defended Hitler. This frightened us. We looked at a map of Europe and saw how close Hitler was, how big Germany was getting, and how tiny we seemed to be. I don't think the men take us seriously at all. One of the servicemen in the tube shelter came up to me and he said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I was on my way to my duty station when the blitz started." He said, "Where are you off to then?" He just assumed that all I was doing was serving soup in train stations or handing out blankets to people that had lost their homes. I mean, it is essentially what I was doing, but he had this stupid condescending grin on his face. So I said, "I can't tell you, classified orders." Of course, he just laughed even more then. Just because they're flying about, having dogfights all over the place, keeping free Indian skies, they think that they're the only ones who will put an end to this war, but weren't they the ones who started it in the first place?
Look at this one. It's a woman. She's lovely. I think it's called The Unhappy Mother, but I'm not sure. I might be wrong. I've only got 2 books. They're big ones, but still, when I'm a student, I'll know them all. There's a companion piece to it called The Happy Mother, I think, but I can't seem to find that one. Do you think it's wrong to take these home?
And the worst of them is those buzz bombs. The Germans send them flying over, then they run out of petrol or whatever they're filled up with, and they just blow it in. And you can't really hear them till it's too late. Then buzz, you can never guess where they're going to land, and you just have to hold your breath and go, "Please." Have you seen my sister? We've got a code. I just can't find her though. She's supposed to be singing, "It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to home." She's this tall, she has long brown straight hair. She has a pink floral dress. If you find her, can you please tell her to start singing, will you?
I was so depressed after I sent my children out, I just moped all around the house. The next day, on the 19th, I was in the garden when my neighbor popped over. I told her I was as miserable as I could be. And she said, "Right, get your coat. I'm taking you to see Mira Hess. I said, you what? She said, Mira Hess, at the National. She's been doing these lovely lunchtime concerts all week, and this evening's is going to be a special one. She's going to take requests. I said, I don't feel like going to a concert. I don't have any requests.
As I passed the National Gallery, there was this girl running in the streets like a madwoman. She looked like she was bleeding a bit, but the way she was running, she looked healthy enough. I thought she was going to run right in front of me.
My brothers and sisters were crying. The adults that were there were trying to calm everyone down. They pushed us tight against the walls. I had to open a window because the air was getting hot and hard to breathe. Outside, I saw a little girl. She was a friend of my sister's, so I called out to her to get inside. She was running in and out of demolished buildings singing. I didn't know who she was looking for, but when the warden grabbed her, she kicked and screamed and didn't want to come in. But he made her go with him.
Now, I do know the name of this one. It's, hang on a moment. I'll get it. It's this. It's by a woman. Judith Batting Holofernes. That's it. They've got it in full color. 2 whole pages in one of my books. I don't really care for it much myself. It tells an Old Testament story. Actually, I think it's disgusting. I mean, look at all that blood. Art's supposed to be about beauty and, I don't know, revel in man's ability to do things. Great things, isn't it? That's what I'd paint anyway, not this. I mean, she goes into the general's tent and cuts off his head. What's that all about? To save the people of her city? Isn't that what it says in the Bible? Silly.
Mira Hess, in her fur coat to keep away the chill in the unheated National Gallery, banging away on the piano. It had been hit the night before. Not too bad, but just enough to knock the heating out. She was playing a rhapsody, her breath steaming in the crisp air. It was surprisingly uplifting. And as I felt my spirits rise, we heard the buzz bombs coming over.
I couldn't see a bloody thing. There was noise and smoke everywhere as I tried to stay clear of the people milling about. Then I saw a little group of people huddled up in a shop doorway, looking up and pointing.
I can't find her. I can't find her. I can't find her.
By the time the picture was over, we were the only ones left in the cinema. I'm not sure if they'd all gone to seek shelter or if Marjorie had driven them off. I looked at her in dull light, and she said in a very serious tone, I was crying because that film made me so sad. It was about pain and horror and loss and separation. And I was crying because the sound of the rain above is making me sadder and pushing me closer. But most of all, I'm crying because I think this is the last time we're going to be together. And I said, don't be silly. But she said, I'm not. I want to make love. Just like that. As the credits rolled by on the screen, little bits of plaster fell from the ceiling. She pulled me close in that empty cinema, and that's when I knew this was how we were going to go.
We ran out of the concert and into the street.
I tore around a sharp bend in the road, and I didn't see coming the smoke. The AFS engines, bells clanging, racing towards me.
I grabbed Val, held her close. Germany's so close. Germany's getting bigger. We are getting smaller. They're 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 getting
Bells
bigger.
clanging,
We're getting
racing
smaller.
towards me.
They're
Bells
getting
clanging,
bigger. We're getting
racing
smaller.
towards me.
They're getting
Bells
bigger.
clanging, racing towards me. Bells 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 clanging, racing towards me.
My name is Lionel Spender. I died on the 19th as the lights went out in the Empire.
My name is Denise Ripper. I took the secret of my age with me to the grave. I died on the 19th with flowers in my hand.
My name is Anna Stern. I died on April 19th, packed into the schoolhouse. My brothers and sisters around me. We were standing, arms reaching, mouths gasping for air. I thought I was dreaming. I closed my eyes.
My name is Dennis Thomas. I died on my 42nd birthday. I vaguely recall not being quite able to blow all my candles on the first go.
My name is Rosemary Saunders. To men already fighting, I was a joke. To men on the home front, I was a threat. I could replace them in free them up for combat. I died on the 19th, not knowing what I was supposed to be doing in this war.
My name's Noreen Blackett. I've got 3 children, 7, 5, and 2. I died on the 19th, but my children are safe in the country. As we died, we could still hear Mira playing.
My name is Hilda Bullock. On April 19th, I felt something hot bite into my side. There was blood down my legs. The gilt frame from a painting had splintered off and into my ribs. I lay down in the street. There was art all around me. It was like history suddenly ended, went blank, burned whole.
Val! Val! Val, where are you? Val! It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to home. Val! Val, where are you?
Judith and Joan.
This war's over and the men come home. What do you think's gonna do all the cleaning up? Look, the gallery's full. Flanders, they got poppies and corpses. And here we got fine art and corpses. Doesn't look half as grand and tattered. Look, this woman's cutting off a man's head. That's right, love, you got the right idea. Lop it off before he causes any trouble. Judy, who do you want to be? This one doing the killing or this one lending a hand? Look at the poor bugger's face, looks quite surprised, doesn't he? Or are we in a pleasant mood this morning? Come on, Judy, we're gonna be late. Barker, have our guts for garters. I'm not going. What? I can't go. Frack, give us the sack if we're late again. We can't keep saying our house has got damaged in the night. Eventually, I'm not going to the factory again, Joan. I hate it. I hate every second of it. I leave hating myself. There's my hands putting little pieces together. These hands. It's like I'm the one doing the killings. But you're not. What's the difference? There is a difference. What? I make the bombs. They drop the bombs. But you never killed, Judy. You couldn't. It's not in you. Is it in you? Could you kill? I'm different. Look, this is a stupid thing for us to be talking about. Fracker's gonna swing bloody hard. I didn't think I could ever kill. But war makes it easier. We're getting so good at it. I'm at work, and I look down, and my hand's going. My finger's so precise like a surgeon. But we haven't killed anybody! We're a part of it, Joan! Don't you see that? It's a process, and we're a part of it! What do? We turn our heads, shut our eyes, push it away, pretend like it's not happening. The women here at home, the beautiful, soft, loving, kind women. What is that? It's a myth or something. It's faded. We're all guilty in this war. I don't feel very guilty. I love this country. No one can tell me I don't love this country. What does it have to do with it? We should kill because our country says it's right? What's right? Killing to stop a monster. Killing to protect our land. Killing so we can keep our jobs at the factory. And Fracker gets richer, and England gets richer, and when it's all over, there's cleaning to be done, which people get paid for. And cities to rebuild, which people get paid for. And then we start the process all over again. I've just made a few bombs to put a loaf of bread on the table, that's all! And what if one day we go in and Fracker says we need more bombs, bigger bombs, and someday they'll say, look, we've made a special bomb that'll get it done in one go. But we've won! Oh, Christ, Judy, look around you! Look at your city, it's burning! And you're just one little part, one little woman! What's gonna happen if you stand up and say this won't do? I don't know. They'll call me hysterical, I suppose. They'll say I must hate my country, that I'm a traitor! It's so shocking, the women here in our midst. It's expected of men. They kill and they're heroes, brave and just. What happens if we stand up and fight for what we believe? We're demons. I don't know. It sounds ancient. We're witches or something.
I'm leaving. Are you coming with?
If I go, I'll do something.
What?
Cut Cracker's head off.
You won't.
No. Joan. Frank's dead.
Dads.
My dad's dead. I didn't cry though.
My dad smells funny. Like toffee and apples and smoking all together.
My dad told me how to throw stones. Like this. It's not as good if you don't have any water. That's how they bounce.
My dad woke up with gray spots in his hair. He just woke up one day and they were there. It was silly. He wasn't old.
Well, my dad could throw a stone and hit that bottle over there first try and smash it to pieces. He could aim. He got shot.
How?
He was walking in a field, and 100 tanks came over the hill. He went, blew them all up, climbed into one, cut down their flag, and put his own flag there. And I think he had a fight with Hitler, too. And he saved 2,000 men. Didn't have any food for 5 weeks. But he kept going. He never complained. Or anything.
My dad whistles all over. You can hear him coming and we jump out and he pretends he's scared.
My dad was tall. He had this funny laugh. He'd take us to the pictures and laugh. And we'd laugh. His laugh was so funny.
Dad was strong. I think he held with one hand.
Making adjustments.
Hello, do you remember me, Mrs. Briggs? And this is Mr. Briggs. Say hello, don't be shy.
Hello.
Our lad Alistair, the champion cricketer. We've had a lovely letter from him, and he's coming home today. Father read it after tea one night, and we're so excited, aren't we, Bill?
Yes, dear.
So excited! He'll be here any minute now, won't he, Bill?
Yes, dear.
He's been awarded some type of special medal for bravery, isn't that right, Bill?
We're so proud.
Fiercely proud! We always knew he'd make such a lovely soldier, and he's proved us right again. He's done right by his country, and God has done right by him and brought him home safe and sound without a scratch, isn't that right, Bill? The Germans didn't dare lay a finger on him, isn't that right, Bill? And he's done such a lovely job killing lots and lots of Germans, they didn't dare lay a finger on him, isn't that right, Bill?
Well, actually, they sent him home because of an injury.
Right, but we'll have him in shipshape quick as you please. I've gone and waxed his bat and had a new grip put on it, so he'll be cracking sixes in no time at all. All they had was this ugly brown butcher paper. You think he'll guess what it is?
I don't think so, dear.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been instructed by the Mass Observation Board to conduct the following survey regarding Londoners' attitudes towards other nations, especially nations that have servicemen stationed here in our midst. Please raise your hand to assist in tallying these numbers, and remember, accuracy is of prime importance to the Home Office. Let's start with your attitudes towards the French. Raise your hands for favorable. 50%, surprising. Fair to middling. 32%-ish. Unfavorable. 8%. And vague, assuming you know who you are. 5%, give or take. What's it matter? You're all supposed to be vague anyway. With the Yanks streaming into London at an alarming rate each weekend in search of diversion, we should probably take a tally of your feelings towards them as well. What is your main reason for liking the Americans?
Well, they seem quite adaptable, don't they, dear?
liking the Americans?
Oh, I love their accents.
Your main reason for disliking the Americans?
I think there's a lack of maturity here. I mean, we basically gave them their country, and now they think they own the bloody world.
I know a corporal from Chicago who has such nice manners. We had him round for tea, and all he kept saying was what a lovely way we had of spicing up what would otherwise prove such a boring and tasteless meal.
Well, I love their haircuts. Look like film stars, every one of them.
I like them because they're all so friendly.
I hate them because they're so bloody friendly.
I like their technical efficiency.
I like their energy. I think they call it gusto.
I think they've got a knack for fighting.
I hate them. They're all preoccupied with material wealth. They want to buy everything that they see.
I think they have good morals.
I don't think there's a malicious bone in their entire bodies.
They smell nice.
They're not very tolerant, particularly of their fellow soldiers.
I love the way they dance. Crappy dancers, the lot of them.
I think they talk just lovely.
They drink too much.
I think they're a little too happy all the time. They swear a lot.
Oh, I like them because they seem to like us. And they seem courteous to ladies. And they dress very smartly.
Alistair!
Dad! Hey, Mom!
Bill! He didn't say anything about this in his letter!
I skipped that bit, love. He knew you'd get worked up about it, so he told me not to say anything until his papers were approved for coming home. He's fine, though. Really.
His leg's gone!
Don't let him see you're upset. Hello, son.
Mom?
Bless you, Mom!
Can you give me a hand, Dad?
Sure thing. Let's get you inside.
Be careful with him!
Oh, see how easy it is?
I suppose I'm a bit lighter.
I suppose a bit.
This isn't going to be a problem. No, it is!
No, it'll just take a little adjustment. We can move your bed to the front room.
Don't bump him, dear!
Still a bit tender. I can get the stitches out in a few weeks.
Well, keep it clean.
I will.
Oh, well, don't worry. I can build a sort of ramp tomorrow. It'll be easier that way.
Much easier that way, but you see your father's back. It goes out and...
No, that's
Don't
ridiculous.
strain yourself because
No, I'm an ox.
He is.
if your back goes out.
No, there's plenty of wood lying around if you go out after a raid. It's like a flaming lumber yard. We can find some nice straight pieces.
I can help cut.
No, dear.
You know,
Don't be silly. Get some rest.
Yeah, get some rest, lad.
If you pull those stitches... No! Get some rest. You want some tea? I'll make some tea. Alistair, we're so glad to have you back, really, aren't we, Dad?
We are.
Here, I know it's a bit, but it was a surprise.
Mom, I don't think. Thanks, though. Being home's gonna be different.
Oh, well, look, son. It's just a little change. But,
Bill! What have you done? Those are his favorites for cricket!
did I do anything wrong?
Cut my leg off.
Do you love your country?
Right, switch it up! It is with great sadness in my heart and a bitter taste in my mouth that I come here today to speak to you, ladies.
Ooh, dramatic.
Leave the speeches to Churchill.
I love what I do. I love my country. I may sit up there in my office all day wheeling and dealing government contracts. I shuffle papers. I write letters. I make calls. I may not know the complexities of detonators or the grinding of shell casings, but I do know that a bomb needs to have a fuse.
Quality control can be difficult, Mrs. Crawford. You handle so many in one day.
Strain the eyes with these dim lights!
Strain the eye. Sometimes you don't know which you set fuses in and which you haven't. And the high quota you set, Mrs. Crawford. Not that we can't manage, it's just that now and then, occasionally, not always, but out a little bit. Quality control. Yes, ma'am. A minor oversight. Definitely. Minor. Then can someone please explain this minor oversight? Now, how is England supposed to bring the enemy to its knees? While they are blitzing London, we are showering Berlin with a hail of fruit cocktail! Oh. This is not a question of quality control. I think this is called sabotage. There are little boys and girls in England who haven't had fruit since the war began. Whoever did this is depriving the children of England, your children, ladies, to aid and comfort the enemy. Do we have a traitor in our midst? Mrs. Justice, do you love your country? Yes. Miss Keith?
Yes, Mrs. Fracker.
Mrs. Coulson? Yes. Mrs. Gently? Mrs. Gently, do you love your country? Judith, let her answer. Mrs. Gently, do you love your country?
I hate my country.
I love it as well, but mostly I hate it. You have broken the law, Mrs. Gently. I'd like nothing more than to turn you over to the authorities. However, I cannot have my reputation sullied by the radical act of one individual. Leave this factory immediately. After what you've done, I don't know how you will live with yourself. You may have lost us the war, Mrs. Gently.
Mrs. Fracker, I don't care about winning your war. I just want to win a tiny one for myself.
Judith beheading Holofernes.
Forgive me, God, for what I've done, what I'm going to do. Everything happens so fast down here. You hardly have any time to think. I'm sorry. I think you've done such a lovely job with everything else. The flowers and the animals, and when it rains, everything shines and it looks so beautiful. But sometimes I wish you'd give us more choices, especially women. I met a soldier once who held me so tight. Felt like he was the only man left in the world. There's a man you can go to. You give him some money, and he doesn't ask questions. You just lie back, and he gives you something to drink, and there's only a little pain, and then it's over. I went there with some money I had stolen, but he said it wasn't enough. I kept going for 2 days, and he just kept saying that I needed more money. Then, the 3rd day, he said, I can make an exception for you. But I didn't want to get rid of one baby so he could put another one in me. I said no, and he said, stupid bitch, keep him together next time a soldier shows off his medals. So, here I am, God. And I am not a coward, and I am not a monster, and I am not an evil girl, but I have stepped backwards into something I can't seem to get out of. I left a letter on the kitchen table. Please, God, let her find it before she finds me. It explains everything so she doesn't blame herself for everything like she always seems to do.
Angie! Don't be frightened.
That?
Just wanted to see you.
You're dead.
I know. I came back have to go back soon. It's difficult to hold on. But I made a promise to your mother. Angie, I can see things here, all the mistakes I made. Let me have it, love.
Dad, please, just let me hold you just this once.
You can't. I'm not really here.
So nothing can be all right.
Listen, I need you to be here. You and your mom. Tom, your baby.
How did you know?
I can see him. He's grown up.
Son?
Angie, there are other choices. I know that now.
Angie! Angie!
You got him! It's a parachute!
Get back! This could be an invasion attempt. Churchill's been saying for months they might try something like this. You, no invade England. You, prisoner of war. Get back, ladies. He's probably heavily armed. Might even be wired with explosives, the cunning little bastard. Mrs. Shenley, let's not do anything silly now. This man is a prisoner of war. He's protected under the terms of the Geneva Convention. For God's sake, Mrs. Shenley, killing him is not going to win this war.
Mom! I'm okay. Tom's okay. You're okay. Please. Dad told me he needs us here. He needs you here. Please. Mom, let him go. Please. Sorry.
Right, Prince. You're under arrest. Got some paperwork to fill out, so let's not give me any trouble. Go home, everyone. Show's over.
He doesn't look like anything I expected. He's quite a dish. He looks just like our Eric.
Oh, bloody hell, Joe!
Pizza! A letter! Brian! My boy! My Brian! Lunenburg. A sniper. Bastard! In a tree. My boy. A letter! A letter! Sorry.
If you're not going to talk, you're just making it harder on yourself, Mrs. What's her name?
Justice, sir. Joan Justice.
Huh, what a funny name. Mrs. Justice. War doesn't have to be uncivilized, you know. That's why we have these rules and regulations to limit the number of deaths, limit the brutality that is often the consequence of war. War is very emotional. Believe me, I know how you feel. I've known. What is it that Socrates says? Ah, yes, the cue in motive for passion. But what sets us English apart from the heathens we confront? What sets the just warriors like me apart from the hysterical few like yourself? Is that we have the faculty to reason, to resist the animal temptations within us, and to know when we jolly well done enough killing. We can't have every English housewife wielding a pistol and shooting every downed German pilot they find. That's not justice. That's barbarism. Please leave the killing to the professionals, Mrs. Justice. What you've done is murder. And the crown and I look frowningly upon it. You're a disgraceful woman.
Can I see her?
Yes, I think so.
Can I see her alone, please?
I never thought I would do anything like this. Actually, that's a lie. I always thought I was capable of doing something like this. I just never thought the opportunity would present itself. I thought I was protected from it. Then my boy is killed. German floats into our street. And yes, I was angry. But it wasn't him. Could have been anyone, really. Foreman, that warden, that bloody MP. All those men making the rules for us, looking after us, protecting us, dying for us, owning us. They make us feel so ungrateful when we tell them not to go off and get killed. I should have married a coward and given birth to a coward. Then I wouldn't be alone. I killed a man. Boy, really. The worst part is how simple and uneventful it was.
I went for a long walk today. I passed a shop and in the window was a sign that read, "No steak, no onions, 1 banana, and the cat's pinched the kipper." And across the street a woman was soliciting passerby with the sandwich board bearing the appeal, "Funds urgently needed for a sway pudding." It just made me laugh. I'm not a religious woman, but I walked towards St. Paul's, and there it is rising up through the smoldering fires. Each night the city flares up and St. Paul's remains untouched. I think about what Frank said before he went off. "I have a vision of me coming out the other side of something," he said. I don't know what he meant by that, but I too have a vision. We're standing in a field somewhere, a beautiful field, and the grass is tall, and Frank is there. But he's in front, and I have to reach out to touch him. There's no sound at all. No guns, no bells, no screams, no sirens, no planes, no droning, no fires crackling. The field stretches out before us as far as we can see. Not behind us. It just starts with us and goes on from our feet forward. We're the front of something that reaches out ahead of us. There's all these people. Some of them I know. There's Joan and Brian. He's come home. He opens his fist and it's like the sun shines from his palm. He's holding a watch out to his mother and she's smiling. There's others I don't know. No, I do know. It's just getting clear. There's a lad from the north. His head's wrapped in a bandage, but he just peels it off and he's better. It floats sideways and gets caught in the grass.
His eyes are so round, they look silly on his small face. And there's a girl with a shredded dress, but she just takes her hand and smooths it over the rips and they're gone. Her face is so white, it's blue, but she presses her palm to her cheek and she flushes with color. Here's a soldier. I don't know his name, but he's shouting to me across the field, and he's waving at someone beside me. His back is hunched, but the wind blows and he's straight again, and he's waving faster. And at the front. So far away, he's just a speck. But I know him. Dressed in rags, waving a flag, his voice is so dry, he's been shouting for years. But he's coming up the other side, and his rags become clean and new again. He waves the flag higher, his voice is clear,